Yo, 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 what it do, what it do, what it do? Clay, it's championship week, my G.
Hey
Man, listen,
man,
welcome America to Rankins Uncut. Of course, I'm Jonah Willard, my partner all season long, Clayton Guillory. We've seen some good football all the way from July, all the way now to December. But this is the week where we revved up, Clay. You know, after evaluating all the teams, the best thing is to have this collection of talent on one football field. You've been doing the legwork, Clay. You've been down here to Florida. You came to visit us here in South Florida. Made sure the fields were secure. You got on the Zoom call with all the coaches. Man, it's like Christmas early here at the YNC.
I'm excited, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm excited, and I get even more excited when I take a look at how beautiful the weather forecast is. Man, I feel really good for these kids. I feel really good about how everything is gonna flow. These lineups it's crazy. It's crazy some of these
Yeah,
lineups. And here's the thing, Jonah. We've been doing this now, what, 5 years?
five
5
years,
years?
5 years.
This is the first year that the week before, instead of me looking for teams that deserve a shot,
Right?
I'm telling teams I don't have room for you. Like
Yeah.
there's
Different
nothing
vibe.
I could do. I want you in the event, but I don't have the room for you. Man, this
Yeah,
is
it's a
going to be
movie.
one for the ages. I honestly feel like this is going to be probably the most talked about event in youth football history.
I think
This one
so.
here is gonna be crazy, man.
I
This one's
think
gonna
so,
be
man.
crazy.
And so before we even jump into the YNC news, listen, two YNC back-to-back champions of the Louisville Chargers, Jaheed and Sequoia. Congratulations to them boys. Got their first official offer from University of Kentucky. So proud to say that these boys put it down. Excuse me, making me sneeze,
Bless you.
bro. It's just getting thank appreciate it. Um, in the YNC, man, these boys we saw them at 10U just really put it down, take it to the next level at 11U, and now they're trying to three-peat at the 12U, getting their official offers at the 7 and under. So, like we always say, Clay, the best play here, man.
Man, it's amazing, man. I mean, if we go through the list and man, congratulations to both Jaha and Sekou, man, and those guys do their thing, and congratulations to the Louisville Chargers coaching staff because, of course, they've kind of navigated these kids through the process as well too. But here's the thing: you've got quite a few kids with not just Division I offers on the youth
Yeah,
scene, but we're talking about Power Five offers, right? And then
yeah,
on top of that, you're talking about kids that have navigated through a lot of different places, but where do they get their biggest stage at? The Youth National
right.
Championship, man. So, man, you can't take away anything from those kids and what they've accomplished and those coaches, man, hats off to them, man. I'm in awe. Like I said, I'm a
Yeah,
fan,
yeah.
so I'm in awe. And we can't forget about those that have also done it before them, man. I mean, remember when God, what's the running back that Rod Mack had? Remember he had the offers too when he was
Oh,
going
yeah,
through his
Bullet
YMC
have
years,
offers. Well, you got one this year. Probably had leading the pack right now is Kane Archer, YNC
and
contender
Kane
for the
Archer.
last
Yeah,
4 years. Kane probably
most
like on
definitely.
his 10th offer right now. So,
Hey,
shout out to
man,
those kids putting it down on the big stage.
most definitely, man. And I'm gonna tell you, if I'm a 12U kid and I'm on another
Right.
team and I'm coming to the YNC this year, and I've seen those two kids with offers, I'm telling myself, I'm like, that's what I've got to measure myself against. So
Yeah.
when I step
Yeah.
up on the field against them, I'm hoping when these brackets come out, that's who I got right off the gate. Right out the gate,
Off the
because
gate.
I want to show everybody, I want to show all these college scouts, I want to show all the critics, all the coaches, all the parents, all of the kids, I'm just as good, if not better, as them. Man, so it's a beautiful thing, man. Man,
But
that's
Clay,
what it's
that's
all
that's
about.
the
I mean, that's why we do it.
that's that's the kids talking, but them coaches, man, how many times they hit us up this week? Hey man, we ain't at the bottom seed, so we don't gotta play number one coming out the gate, right? So they went, look, what's that? Clay, what's that all about? Like, what's that theory? You want to come down and vibe for a little bit in Miami before you run up on the big bat? Like, listen, my theory is, and just tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm feeling we're gonna be out our full strength the first game because after the first game you may be a little fatigued, might have a little bumps and bruises. So I want to go ahead and get that biggest, baddest wolf out of the way off rip. I don't want to play you after I'm 2 games into it and I'm tired and fatigued. I want to play off rip, but why are these coaches? They will say, "Hey man, well I scored more points. We should be at the number 7 seed instead of the 8 seed." Why they're dodging that number 1 seed coming off the bus?
Well, here's the thing, man, and you and I have talked about it before. Um, what was it? I think the percentage was 65% of our number
Yeah,
one ranked teams coming into the YNC did not win the national championship.
that is
So,
correct.
I mean, being the number one team coming in, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean you get an easier path. It doesn't guarantee that you're going to be hoisting up that crystal ball come Friday or Saturday. But the things you have to remember, man, is that it doesn't matter where you fall in the bracket as long as you were there. How many
Yeah,
teams and I can honestly say that this year, how many teams are wishing are in the YNC? You've got teams at a lot of other different places this week and the following week, and they wish that they were playing at the YNC. So those are the
yeah.
things you got to take a look at. Here's the crazy part, man. I've probably received 180 phone calls today, and out of the
Yeah.
180 phone calls, at least 100 of them have been, man, can you give me some kind of idea where I'm at in the bracket, or what film I need to start watching, or who I got first round, or just tell me this, Clay, just tell me this. What 4 or 5 teams on my side of the bracket? Stuff like that. And
Right,
I'm like,
right,
listen, fellas, hey man, at the end of the day, it really shouldn't matter where you line up at. If you're the best, you're gonna
right.
win all your games. Whoever comes out of the weekend undefeated is the national champion. Plain and
That's
simple.
it.
Plain and
That's it.
simple, man. So I'm excited for a lot of different reasons. Ooh, man, it's gonna be some good football. It's gonna be some good football.
Yeah, yeah. So here's the craziest thing about it, Clay. So we'll be doing production on the field, of course. We'll be live streaming under the radar. We'll definitely be doing our nightly recaps. You and I will be doing a live show that will kind of recap some of the vibes that's going on from the night before. But man, we're not omnipresent. And I mean, just for me as a football fan, I know it's all at one facility, but man, it's going to be games going on simultaneously that I definitely want to watch on 8U, that we want to watch on 10U, at 12 at the same time. So that's the only bad thing about this, is that we have so much football going on that it's going to be happening simultaneously. You won't get to see all the games, if they're on the opposite side of the field.
So probably the best suggestion that I've seen online, and there's some holes in the theory. Someone put a suggestion up, and it was like, "Oh, I hope they don't set it up where the whole age group playing at the same time, so that way we can see all the games and this and that." Which I could understand it if you're a fan, you don't want all the 10U's games going on at the same time, because you're gonna have to bounce between the 4 fields. Maybe you can stagger it out so this team could play, and then we could all watch the other team. But the thing about that is that then you're gonna have a coach who is gonna complain that another team had 2 hours more rest than his team did from the day before.
Right,
Things like that.
right.
So no matter which way you go about it, man, you can't make everyone happy. So here's my theory. Man, we're gonna put these games out here. We're gonna put them on the stage. Whatever the time is, man, your team just gotta rise to the occasion. But I will tell you
Right.
this. You would definitely get your money's worth every single day that you
Oh yeah.
pay admittance into the Youth National Championship, without a doubt.
100%. So Clay, this year we want to always kind of switch it up. We switch it up with the bling bling this year. Didn't keep it the same. Change locations this year. We didn't want to risk being in a place where the fields might be compromised if it rained a little bit. So now everybody's been dependent on this 8-team bracket from 6U to 14U. And so they see now, get the calls all the time. So if I'm number 8, I'm playing the number 1. So tonight we get to throw all that out the window.
You got to throw all that out the window, because it's a couple things that you got to take in consideration. Number one, some brackets are 8 teams, some brackets are not 8 teams. I've got one bracket that's got a number that nobody has thrown out yet, right? Second thing is that, I've seen all these different versions of the bracket and what it should be and this and that, et cetera, et cetera. And I know a lot of you guys want to do it based off rankings. And for the most part, we do everything based off rankings. But there's some things that you have to change. So, for example, If based off the rankings, the match me two teams in the first round from the same state, we're gonna switch it up. And a lot of times, the way we have to switch it up to make it make sense, it's a scenario that ain't none of you guys ever thought of before. So the one thing I can tell you is this: we're gonna tell you how many teams in each bracket. We're gonna tell you the teams in the bracket. Not gonna tell you
Exactly.
how it's structured. Not gonna tell you, who's playing who.
Who
You
you
got to
playing?
wait for after the coaches meet for that. But the one thing I can tell you is this: we are a 2-game guarantee. If you lose in your first game, you do have an opportunity to go to the consolation bracket and continue to play for a consolation trophy that is better than everybody else's national championship trophy. And that's 100% the truth. I saw somebody saying online that, oh man, I think such and such is in a play-in game, and if they're in a play-in game, then that's one and done, and this and that. No, no, no. I love how people try to tell me how my tournament is ran, right? So listen, when and I know you guys heard me speak about a play-in game. Any game that is before the 18 bracket to me is considered a play-in game.
Playing game.
But that doesn't
100%.
necessarily mean it's a playing game. If it's a 12-team bracket, any games before the 8 main seeds, to me, I call playing games. That's just the terminology I use. But one thing you got to
Right.
know: if you slip up day one, you better win the rest of them so you can try to get some type of crystal.
So listen, Clay, I got a lot of complaints this week. Certain teams aren't in it in certain age groups, even after offering invitations. And I guess every live show we've done and every broadcast kind of fell on deaf ears with due dates, structure. I got a lot of complaints that certain IDs weren't matching up in Zorts. Could we just let that slide? Could we just let the ID slide? So I think a lot of coaches for this first time experience, unfortunately, had to learn these lessons of what it takes to be national. Number one, the ID and the process just to get your kids certified. Number two, man, where the YNC is waiting on teams to get in there. Listen, we're still fighting out phone calls right now, fighting off teams right now to get in. But
Literally.
the idea has always been to get the best teams on the football field. And we give out those invitations, Clay. I mean, they all came with an expiration date. So I got a fan base out of Florida hitting me up right now. Man, if they not in it, it's not this and this and that. But we can't control coaching staffs. All we can do. So I know you may want to just kind of chime in on that.
So the thing you got to take a look at it is this here, is that you've got to do everything you can, like anything in life, man. We all know that, timelines have to be met. And there's two reasons why. Number one, you want to give teams an opportunity to get things completed. But then number two, from the business side of the YNC, we have to be able to get everything ready so everybody has a great experience when we get here. We've had some coaches that have had to learn the right way or the wrong way, that I say the hard way, that, you didn't meet the deadline, you're not going to make it. I've had to tell 2 teams today that unfortunately they won't be in the YNC because they had an invitation for over 3 weeks that they never confirmed, that they never registered, that they never put their kids in the system for. And now that it is the 13th hour, or most say the 25th hour, now they want to try to get it done. And unfortunately, that's not good. I don't have the room. If I had the room, I would definitely put you in to be a part of this. But if I don't have the room, then I can't get them in, right? So that's one situation. Another situation is, unfortunately, within the past 72 hours, I've had to disqualify 2 teams that were in the YNC. One team was already registered and paid in the YNC. Another team had that invitation, and they were getting everything ready to come here. And then infractions. Rules are put in place for a reason. And we got to abide by those rules. And I've seen it all on social media. Oh, Clay did this, or Jonah did this, or they do what they wanted, this and that. No, man, we move by a set of rules that we host the YNC on. Everything from no double certification, to correct cutoff dates, and then one of the things we have to go by is there are deadlines on certain things. When your electricity bill is due, do you pay it, or do you say,
Gotta pay it.
what? ignore this bill for 3 weeks and I'm gonna keep on playing this
Right.
PlayStation. You know, so
Right.
unfortunately, and it's very unfortunate for the kids, man. I feel very, very bad that these kids won't be able to participate, but rules are rules, and I got to stick to the guidelines.
Absolutely, man. So, hey, listen, lesson learned, but listen, at the end of the day, we really don't get caught up in the coaching side of it. Like Clay said, it's about the kids, and we really want to see the kids compete. The atmosphere, if you guys have not been down to the national championship before, if you've not been around with the multi-teams playing at the same time, with all the coaches, the vibes, I'm going to get you prepared for it. It's a vibe. So I know some people may just want to kind of sit and watch some games on live and watch it on the internet. I would encourage you to come out there and experience the atmosphere. It's going to be some of the greatest, most brilliant youth football minds with the coaches, some of the most talented players. And, you know, the internet's not going to do it justice. Come on out there, support your kids, have a ball, and have a blast. And for the people that are out of town, yeah, we'll be broadcasting games as well. Of course, the national championship games will be broadcasters from top to bottom. We'll have those great experiences. Like we said, the red flag challenge is only going to be in the championship games. It will not be in the playing games. So don't expect that you're going to be throwing red flags during the playing games. Clay, I'm sure you already went over that with all the guys and all the rules with it. But, you know, listen, it's an exciting time. It's December. All your goals that the people that are, or the teams that are involved have met their pre-goals, Super Bowl, state championships, regionals, what have it. And now it's time to put it all on the line. So, yes, we love the rankings. We've been following the rankings all year, but everyone comes into this game undefeated. Nobody records matters right now. No ranking matters right now. When you step off that bus and you step on the football field, the first time that whistle's blown, down at 6U, to start talking about some of the teams that are in the 2021 Youth National Championships in Wellington, Florida, for the play-ins, and of course for the championships at Transpower in Miami.
So here's the thing, too, Jonah. I'm sure you received some phone calls today about Zorts, right?
Correct.
So, guys, let me explain something to you guys about the Zort system. We had a Zoom meeting on Monday. Was that Monday or was it Tuesday? It was Monday. We had a Zoom meeting Monday night. All the contact information for the Zoom meeting was sent out to every team that is in the Youth National Championship. I went over the certification process. I went over the documentation that's required in the Zort system and what every team will need at certification for these kids to be able to be part of the event. I also went over the fact that coaches this year had to upload themselves into the Zort system as well, too. Needed to upload a picture. Got to a point where I think Zort stopped taking the pictures of the coaches. So we told the coaches, go ahead and upload your names, and you're going to have to show your ID as certification to get your badge or get your wristband.
Right.
Guys, please help me with this. And I'm saying this for all America to hear. There are only 10 sideline people allowed on each sideline beyond players. Head coach, OCDC assistant coach, organization president, league president, team mom, team manager, water boy. It doesn't matter. There will only be 10 allowed. Reason being, man, let's be real. If I take a look at some of the incidents that have happened over the years with youth sports, especially on the field, it always consists of dealing with teams that have way more than what they need adults on the side.
21 coaches.
If we just had kids on the field and they could coach themselves, we'd never have any problems, right? So, guys, Listen, coaches, if you've got 16 coaches on your staff, you're going to have to make a hard choice. You're going to have to figure out how to do it with 10, right? And if you a coach where you got 8 coaches and 2 team moms, then you right where you need to be because you got 10 on the sideline. You know, and one thing about it is my field generals are going to be given specific instructions. I promise you, and I hate to say this, I promise you, somebody is going to test the theory. And somebody's parents is going to be upset because they done spent thousands of dollars to come to Florida, and they're going to have to forfeit because they're not listening to a simple rule of keeping 10 people on the sideline.
Right.
So,
and listen,
guys, let's govern this.
I've seen them play. I've seen the 21 team coaching salutes. I've seen the 18 kids with the 21 coaches. I don't even see the kids. The coaches out there, they fitted up. The coaches got on gloves. They got on cleats. They taped up. And I'm like, man, what is this? A 707 for 30 and up? You know?
Hey, he ready to go, baby.
Man, ready, taped up. And listen, kid breaking, they run 3 yards and cramped up on the sideline like they dying. So, man, yeah, listen, like Clay says, it's all about making sure the experience is going to be for the kids. Unfortunately, it's not for the adults. Coaches, we just got to, kind of lead these kids to their championship weekend. But this is the kids for the week. This is the weekend for the kids to really enjoy. Parents, I know y'all vibing. I know a lot of teams, and listen, Clay, let's just address this too. A lot of teams aren't even worried about the football game. A lot of teams just wanted to make the appearance at the YNC and vibe. Let's just be 100. They don't care who they play. They ain't going to play certain teams. But when they get, hey, man, we just want to make it to Miami, man. Long as we're in Miami, we good. So, yeah, the city going to be lit. I ain't going to lie. It's going to be a movie.
From my understanding, Jonah, there is an itinerary of events going on every night of the YNC.
Every night. As a matter of fact, your boy Mark artist, he trying to be the ringleader of it. He trying to find the clubs. He trying to put his flyers out. We're going to start treating him like he used to treat people in that national group. We're going to charge him on. We're going to charge the Marcus every time he's trying to do a YNC event.
Hey, well, I can tell y'all this. For y'all coaches that's going to be in the clubs, I'm telling you now, keep that coaching wristband on. Don't take it off. Try to be extra fly in the club. If you need to go and get your big diamond Rolex to put over the band while you're in the club, fine. But you take that thing off in the club, man, and throw it away.
Right.
You're gonna have to pay the piper to get another one.
Right. You're gonna be outside looking in. So, Clay, we're going to have a couple of surprises tonight. Some teams that people didn't see. The last 2 weeks were very interesting. We had some teams qualify as we were wrapping up each particular age group. Some teams that had to get in their particular games to meet the YNC's criteria, and some wild cards. At the end of the day, what's most important for the YNC is that the best play here and the best teams have the opportunity to play. There will never be an age gap filler where we're just saying, hey, let's get a team in here just to fill in at 6U or 7U. Again, you really had a challenge just trying to schedule it to fit the teams that we have in there. And so there's certain age brackets that will have more just because we felt that field had so much talent. We needed to see those teams compete. And then there's some fields where we just say, man, listen, we know these are the top 2 or 3, 4 teams. Let them just go ahead and bang it out. There's no need to put 10 teams or fill it in this particular age group. So we'll kind of go through that with each particular age group as we get through.
You want to start with 6U?
6U, let's take off.
All right. So I'm gonna give you the 6U teams that are in the YNC. You have the elite Golden Bears. You have the 8 Mile Giants. You have the Duval Jaguars, Lauderdale Lake Vikings, Gorilla Mob ABN, Osceola Cowboys, RDU, Bessemer Tigers, and Playmakers Elite. That is your 6U bracket.
Yeah. So now that, you're getting your people up here saying that PME 6U. Now y'all chime in. Y'all feel who walks away with the YNC championship this year. Of course, those brackets will be revealed at the coaches meeting. So there won't be anybody scouting tonight to see who they got or who they lined up against. You'll find that out surprisingly on Monday evening or Monday afternoon, whatever you schedule, whatever your age group is scheduled at Signature Grand. So, man, that's a heck of a 6U, man. Clay, who's your 2 favorite you like coming in out of that 6U that might meet up for a championship and Trash Powell?
So the talk all year has been Gorilla Mob versus Duval Jags in the championship. That's been the talk all year. It's almost like when you get in that 6U group, the other teams don't matter. They just stepping stones to this final clash in the national championship. So it's going to be interesting to me to see how it really unfolds because like you and I talked about, 65% of the number 1 teams in the country at the YNC last year did not win the national championship. So it's going to be interesting.
And saying that, what number 1 team that's currently ranked in our rankings through top from 1 to 14 has, in your opinion, the most likelihood to go wire to wire? Started out number one and come out as a national champion in any age group you talk about.
I think you got to go with the two-time defending YNC national champion Louisville Chargers. I mean, they're seasoned, they're experienced, they big, they fast, they strong. They're finally healthy this year.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, man, they have one of the most prolific coaching staffs that I've seen in the country. Everything they do is next level. They don't prepare like a youth team. They don't warm up like a youth team. They definitely don't play like a youth team. Everything about that team says we're getting these kids ready for the next level. And I'm not talking about high school, but the next level, which is proven with two of their biggest stars receiving offers from the University of Kentucky today.
And you don't think Booby and Feaster and those guys present the biggest challenge to Louisville this year, coming from the DEA family? Do you feel that the gap is kind of shrunk in 12U?
I think right now, if you take a look at the teams in the bracket, and again, this 12U bracket is insane. But I think if you take a look at the teams in the bracket, I think DEA on paper looks like the biggest threat to the Louisville Chargers throne. You know, and here's the thing, man. So I just seen somebody on 6U make a comment, and they counting the number of teams, and they asking how does that work and this and that. That's why I do what I do. Let me do what I do, and you just show up and play, coach. And I promise you, it's gonna come together like ass cheeks.
Right.
Shit.
Hey, AG, man, where your bleep button, man? I told you in pre-production, this dude loose, man. Come on, AG, tighten up. Oh, man. So, yeah, I get that all the time, man. They're like, man, well, if it's 7 teams or 10 teams, the way you're going to need to do it is that you're going to have these 2 teams have a bye at the beginning, and that ain't fair if these 2 come on, man. We good. Y'all, we don't need y'all to schedule anything. We all right on that part. So, yeah, you got some people that's saying, hey, man, they got DEA for the 12U. So, I mean, DEA is, in my opinion, probably one of the biggest. It's going to become the matchups. Like, what does or who does the Louisville Chargers have the matchup with the 2 top players?
Well, let's do this, Jonah. Let's do this, Jonah. Let's just jump straight to 12. You want me to give them the 12U teams in the bracket?
Yeah, we'll jump from 6 to 12. Let's go. Let's take off.
All right.
You're going to have some people mad, too, about this 12U.
12U teams in the bracket. Lauderdale Lake Vikings.
Count
them. Cincinnati Bearcat Elite. Falcons United. East Metro Steelers. Louisville Chargers. SRT Giants. DEA. Pearland Hurricanes. And South Florida's most hated Lauderdale Lions.
Bam. So how you gonna? Hey Clay, man, I don't get it, man. 9 teams. How you gonna make it work with 9 teams? Because if you got 9 teams, 8 teams gonna need a bye while 1 team playing itself. This ain't gonna work, man.
Hey, man, listen, man. I'm just telling you. Like I tell them, y'all let me worry about that. Y'all let me worry about that.
But that's a crazy bracket at the 12 and under. Man, any team that slips, there's no. I mean, that's a lot of work. I don't know who comes in, who competes. I'm excited to see how the bracket's gonna line up myself. You know what I'm saying? So outside of DEA in Louisville, you know, we can't just get them to the championship round. Louisville's had some close games this year. They played Southfield Falcons close, but they were, of course, arguably hurt then with 5 players out. Jaheed, one of the linemen, the center. But like you said, they're healthy, and we all know what a healthy Louisville team looks like. They didn't have any contest last year in the 2020 national championship. It was like a really steamroll for those guys. So let's see how it matches up. But then again, when I see DEA play teams, no one really scouts for that speed. Now, can Saku match Booby speed for DEA? We'll find out. We'll see how those matchups work, man. So, but I can tell you, besides those other teams, let's not discount Lauderdale Lakes, Lauderdale Lions. You're talking about SRT boys. let's not discount that whole field. Pearland Hurricanes. You look at the Hurricanes, one of the better quarterbacks, one of the best running backs in the country. They haven't had the limelight outside of their state. So a lot of people are going to be surprised when they see Seth and they see number 7 in the backfield. They're like, man, where did this kid come from? But it's been no secret in Texas because this kid's been dominant since he's been 6 years old. They just haven't seen him play on a national level. This time you'll be seeing all these new kids and new faces out on one football field. You'll be like, man, why all these football players come? So if you're a fan of the game, and then listen, I was up there in Georgia, watched East Metro play this weekend. Number 10 got off, and I told you that's their dude. So you got at each one of those positions some of the top running backs, some of the top quarterbacks, some of the best defensive lines. It's just a tough field at 12U, man. That's going to be a movie, an absolute movie.
Exactly.
So I guess we'll jump down to the younger group. Jump down. Oh, and don't forget, some of the best football being played at 12U right now, Clay. We can't discount what Brandon Morton's doing over at Falcons United. Probably one of the most improved 12U teams from the beginning of the season right now. So with an FU team playing like how they're playing now, don't be surprised that there might be a dark horse in the national championship as well. So, man, that's just going to be crazy at the 12 and under, bro.
Most definitely. So you want to jump to 7U, Jonah?
Let's hit that 7U action.
7U. Defending national YNC champion, RDU. Lauderdale Lake Vikings.
Yep.
Bad Boys, ABN. Bessemer Tigers. Pac Prime. Hapeville Hornets. Southeast Dallas Wolverines.
Whew. That's a tough field, man. Tough field. I mean, Batman's going to have his hands full. They're gelling right now. I tell you, when I saw RDU go to the West Coast and really just dominate those West Coast teams as they have done, they're really gelling right now. But then they play a tough team like Hapeville. I told Hapeville this face-to-face. I think Hapeville wins a Super Bowl every year if they were in the same league with RDU. Outside of RDU, man, that Hapeville team is crazy. So it's going to be very interesting to see how these teams respond to a tough defense like Hapeville. That everybody's eyes on RDU. And I think the only person or only team that's really not focusing is RDU is paying attention to Hapeville because they know that they're younger brothers. They've been successful against them. But, man, you and I have been on the sideline with those teams. There's no love lost there. We have to have definitely security on the field between them two teams because they know each other very well.
Security definitely got to be in the building for those two. So, yeah.
Oh, man. So, yeah, and a lot of teams that I think the 7U is going to surprise as well, Clay, and it's from our own area in the South Florida area. The Bugatti boys, I keep telling you, look for that defense. They call Bugatti for a reason. That offense is going to be revved up. Kids can score quick and often. So, and I know, listen, SED, man, look for them boys to do something from the Texas area. So you got Texas, Florida, Georgia, some teams that's really going to represent at that 7 and under.
Most definitely. And I see some people commenting. So, guys, on 6U and 7U, when we're saying ABN, that is the organization that was formerly known as the Crew. Okay? Because I've got some people asking, what happened to the Crew? Who's ABN? That is the same organization. They went through a name change during the season.
Yeah, formerly known as Prince type of vibe. And let me give them boys a shout out. Shout out at Bessemer. That 7U is tough too. So, man, Bessemer, RDU, Hapeville, they're all familiar with each other in that Southeast division. I'm excited, man. 7U gonna be a movie. I can't wait. That Tuesday with everybody filling each other out, those first games, there's gonna be a lot of teams that come out and leave there happy, and there's gonna be a lot of dreams that's crushed that same Tuesday, bro.
So, Jonah, man, I'm finna go on and put this 8U out here and really fuck everybody head up. Especially these guys. And it's so funny to me, Jonah. Here's the thing that's funny to me, bro. You got these guys that they know everything about Facebook. They can research these teams. They know how to navigate it. They can create polls and do these videos and everything about Facebook. And they even scientists. They know the atomic weight of the football, and they can calculate what the rankings should be and what the bracket should be and what we got right and what we got wrong. But these same people can't figure out how to upload an ID in the Zords.
Right,
I don't
right,
understand that. I don't understand that. So let me give y'all the 8U bracket. So all you mathematicians who
right,
had to get your team mom to do Zorts for you because you can't figure it out, but you can figure out a bracket, right? Let me give you
right.
these teams so y'all can go ahead and start your shit on the 8U. So on 8U, here's who we got. We got TNS Cougars, More
Yep,
Truth, Pack Prime. We
yep.
got the Georgia Eagles, OG Ducks, Twin City Outlaws, and Duval Jaguars. We have the Tarrant City Tide, the Wahoma Seminoles, and the Montgomery Gators. It's a lot of
Sheesh.
names.
How many teams is that, Clay? I mean, what's the math on that, bro? That's a lot of names we just heard.
That's 11, man. But nobody knows how the bracket's supposed to work.
Ooh. Oh man, it's gonna be a movie at that 8U movie, 11-team bracket, 8 and under action, and that's all type. I mean, all fire across the board, straight fire across the board. If you're not in that 8U bracket, bro, you're not playing football. I'm just being 100. You're not
Oh,
in
hold
that
on, hold on,
bracket,
hold on. Did I forget one? Oh, my bad. I forgot one. My bad. My bad. Gold-blooded Titans. My bad. I only said 10.
damn.
My bad. I apologize. Yeah, I skipped as I was reading them down because if I give them in order, Jonah, then everybody thinks that's the bracket. So I'm skipping around the
Right.
bracket. So I missed
Please,
Gold-blooded
thank you.
Titans. My bad. My bad, DeMarcus. Gold-blooded
But they
Titans in
should
that
have
thing
known
for
that
sure.
oh yeah, and listen, they writing it down every time you say a name.
Yeah,
1,
yeah,
2.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's my bad. That's my bad.
Oh
Oh
man.
man.
And so now they screen recorded you. About time this live is ended, every name you say is gonna be typed in National 2.0 or whatever else. Every single one. I'm telling you, I know how these people get down, man. But it's all good. It's all good. Listen, listen. Get down here to Florida. I'm telling you, those 8 teams coming around the country. I'm excited. Man, Clay, 9U.
9U. Let me turn my alarm off. It tell me, I have, because when I get this time of year, I start working. I don't even eat, so it tell me to eat. All right, so 9U, 9U, a little bit more intimate.
Right.
We're gonna go Bully Boys ABN, defending YNT national champion.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm sorry, not Louisville. Louisiana Wave,
Yes, sir.
Duval
Hey, Erica in the
Jaguars,
house. Okay,
and the
Jags in
City
the
Light
house.
Rapids.
Yes, sir. Crudy boys.
Number
Okay.
one team in the country, Lambeau, Great Elite,
Mm-hmm.
Miami Garden Chiefs, and the TNS
Hot
Cougars.
boys. That's straight fire. Straight fire. Man, again, Clay, it's a masterpiece. This is like painting a Da Vinci. When you do a masterpiece, it got to come together. Masterpiece ain't never come together like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to put it together, sit back, get your little dab on here, add this team here, add that. Listen, that 9U is straight gangster, bro. I mean, Hot Boys coming out of Miami. I've been wanting to see this Hot Boy Lambeau matchup potentially. TNS out of Texas. I mean, it's some straight fire. Great Elite trying to get over the hump. Man, it's just football. When you look on those different fields and you see those teams matching up at the same time, it's any team that can go in anybody else nationals. That every team you name can go in anybody else nationals and win it. And win it.
Oh
You
yeah,
take any
oh
of the
yeah. I'm
teams
telling
out,
you, man.
drop them into anybody else national, and they winning it.
Oh
Simple.
yeah, most definitely, most definitely, most definitely.
So now there's 10 and under action. I can't start with this. I got a phone call right before production from the 8 boys over there, Rare Breeds. He said he wanted everybody to know he's going out there and telling a public announcement that the Rare Breeds win it all. No contest. They will be the national champions when it's all said and done over the weekend. That comes from the head coach, DeMarcus. He just want everybody to know. He claimed it. So he said if y'all have any discussion, come see him. He'll holler at y'all directly.
You know what, Jonah? Before we get to 10U, man, let's jump on over to 14U. 14U is short and sweet. 14U is
Yeah, let's
short
get
and
this out of
sweet.
the way.
All right, so
Hey,
14U, 14U, we
We've been
decided to get
consistent. We've been consistent
a
on
little bit
display.
sexier, a little bit sexier with 14U. Um, you got to understand, man. This 14U,
Let me eat some peeled shrimp while you go over this group real quick, Clay.
14U, man, they take a lot more banging on their body and this and this. So 14U, you have the number one 14U team in the country, the OC Buckeyes. You have the number two 14U team in the country, the OG Ducks. You have Memphis Elite, and you have the Alpha Dogs. That's it.
Simple and sweet.
Simple and sweet. Simple
You got
and
quiet
sweet.
on me, Clay. Simple and sweet. Yeah. So
Simple
no
and
11
sweet.
team bracket at the 14U.
No need for it. No need for it.
Right. And
No
why do you
need
feel
for
that
it.
way? You just feel that the 14U that you feel is top heavy with the top two teams in the country.
I think so, man. I mean, I'm a firm believer that I think OG Ducks will be playing both. I think OG Ducks will win AYF. And then, of course, OC Buckeyes, which is the last team to beat the OG Ducks or hand the OG Ducks their only loss of the season, will be here at the YNC. So I think it'll be poetic justice for them to meet again for the national championship. But with that being said, you still have to play the game. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
mean, Alpha
Yeah.
Dogs and Memphis Elite may come in here and shock the whole world. So you
Right.
can't just say it's given, but odds are that might be what you would be looking at.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, SED did it. They came in, lost a game before they came up to the national championship, dropped to the bottom of the barrel. They snuck on in at the 8 seed, took the hardest road to the national championship and won it. So same thing there can happen at 14U.
13U, Jonah. Oh man,
Another age group that's gonna be crazy. 13U.
Number one 13U in the country, LA Rampage, Camo Swarm, Duluth Wildcats, City Life Raptors, Fredericksburg Jackets, Maryland Heat, Air Academy, Ross Elite, ABA Bulldogs, and KC Outlaws.
Woo!
Whoa.
Welcome to the show.
Whoa!
Welcome to the show. I think that's gonna be the most talent
that?
on the football field. Yep. Now
Guess
you got to
that?
coach against it. You got to coach against it. You got to coach against it. And them boys revved up.
Oh yeah.
They revved up.
Oh yeah.
So man, I know the Archer family's happy about that. I'm sure Kane is excited to get an opportunity, get on that football field. And Duluth, man, I saw them in person. Those kids, I gotta say, that's probably the closest thing I've seen to a high school team physique-wise on a football field. I mean, the D ends and the defensive lines right there, grown men. So, but again, has anybody seen anything like Kane Archer? It's hard to listen. You can game plan for it, but how you play football, Clay, and how we would always prepare for teams is how we scout against them. We would always create the closest player to that player so we can get a look inside of the practice and kind of see it. But how many Kane Archers are there where you can really scout for that and practice against until you see it on the real
what you have to
field?
what you have to do is when you practice, you have to go to the local high school and you got to find the best varsity quarterback that's not still in his state playoff and ask him, hey man, can you come out here and allow my 13Us to try to run lightning through you while you run around, throw the ball, make a sandwich, grab a Gatorade, wrap your own ankle, and then they're going to catch it in the end zone for a touchdown. I mean, that's basically what Kane Archer does. So it's going to be very interesting to see two things. You've got some prolific offenses. You've got some very dominant defenses. Who's going to be able to put everything together to get the crystal ball on 13U like Rare Breeds did last year? It's going to be interesting.
Right. I'm excited about it, man. Excited about it. So, people ask me, no Clark Boys, no Motor City. Hey, listen, those guys got a championship that they have to play for on the other side over there. So we wish them luck. I'm sure they're going to have a great time over there at the 13Us. But, man, our hands are full over here with 13 U's and really appreciating, like I said, these matchups here with City Life, the defending champs, Rampage, the number 1 ranked team in 2021, Kane Archer and the Outlaws, what they bring to the table. Duluth, that's one of the teams that I think is one of the dark horses that no one's really paying attention because they play in the local area. Ton of talent. I mean, the list just goes on and on. Ross, and Camo. Those are teams that just can beat you with tough defense anytime. So, man, it's just a 13U that's loaded with talent. I can guarantee you every time those teams take the field, it's going to be nothing but sparks on the football field, Clay.
And with that being said, I'm going to go down to 11U.
Another exciting vibe.
DMV Knights, Pack Prime, Rare Breeds, Birmingham Chargers, St. Louis Bad Boys, West Orlando Jaguars, Louisiana Saints, Louisiana Grizzlies,
Wow.
North Carolina Giants, and the 3-time defending YNC national champion, RDU, also known as Real Deal University.
Yes, sir. Hey, people, they want the Maryland Seahawks at 14U, Clay. You're getting that there, but we're going to focus on these 11U right now. So RDU comes back to go ahead and try to four-peat. You talk about a team like West Orlando Jags, which was really on the cusp of, just doing some major things at that 11U team. They beat a lot of teams on this list already. They're what we call a dark horse that you really got to look out for this team. They can really explode on you. And listen, RDU is RDU. But a team that we want to see rematch again is the DMV Knights, man. DMV Knights, the highest ranked team right now coming into the YNC. You got to give them the credit. You got to say the national championship has to go through the Knights. But then you have to say, hey, listen, RDU, defending championship, they're gelling now. I've seen that team play over the weekend. If RDU gets back to the old RDU, they're going to be hard to beat. And that's what they really want to get back to the basics. But you have a lot of up-and-coming teams out of Louisiana, kid like Stanker who can put it up on anybody. So the 11U, man, is exciting action, another exciting field. Football from top to bottom, man. There's really no age group that I can see. You're not going to have a snore fest on any game, anytime, any place throughout the whole entire weekend.
So, man, everybody's waiting for the 10U. So I'm going to go and drop the teams. Lauderdale Lake Vikings, Air Academy, Northside Pride, Falcons United, SED Wolverines, RDU, Bessemer Tigers, and Rare Breed.
I love it. I think that Falcons United team taking a loss against RDU at the end of the year may have woken them up like poking the bear. We all know what Coach Sean Moffitt could do in the postseason, but does he have enough personnel-wise to beat these dynamic 10U teams as an SED? Everybody wants to see that. That's what they're really waiting on, that bracket right there. Who's coming out the gate? And I think that's going to be the most anticipated age group. What's that first bracket looking like? Is it going to be an FU taking on SED? Is it going to be Rare Breeds taking on an SED? I mean, you got a lot of different potential matchups. Now, don't sleep on Northside Pride. Northside Pride was 4 minutes away from beating the number 2 team in the country, and they let it slip away. So, man, I got to tell you, teams right there can knock each other off in that first round. It's going to be hard trying to avoid the top teams in all of these age groups from coming out the gate playing each other. And we know we try to save those sweet matchups for a championship, but, man, you can't really hold nothing back in these age groups, Clay. It's on and popping day one.
I will tell you, man, so as I'm going through and looking at how the rankings play into the seeding, and I'm looking at how, we may need to move this and this because we've got some people that have either played someone in the past couple weeks or from the same state first round. Man, it's been tough. It's been tough to try to do the brackets evenly where one side is not heavily loaded and the other side is easier. Like, try to do it evenly to where it's completely fair. And here's the one thing I know for sure. We're not gonna make everybody happy. When these brackets drop, I'm gonna have some coaches that's gonna be stanky leg and they're gonna be so happy. And then I'm gonna have some starting to think, oh man, fuck YNC, fuck Clayton, he don't fuck with us, this and that, yada yada yada. Listen, man, just win, bro. Just win. That's all you got to do is
Oh,
just win. Fuck all the theories. Fuck, just win. Just coach your team up, scout the next team, and win. It's just that simple. If you want to have that YNC crystal ball in your hand, just win.
right.
That's it.
But I don't get that, Clay. I mean, if you're gonna play a team sooner or later in the bracket, what you hoping somebody else knock them off?
That's what
And
you're
I
hoping
hear it
for.
all the time.
That's
Hey
what you're
man,
hoping for,
yeah,
Jonah. If you did it like this, if you did it like that,
we
if you
would
and
have to
like I
play them
always
people
say,
to the third round. You got us coming out.
Jonah,
You got them. You got us playing them people out the first round, man.
bro, I get all these if you ain't had a dick, she'll be your uncle. So
Oh look,
you still family. Let's
AG,
go with it.
AG, you're doing a horrible job on the bleeping tonight, man. You know, I thought you was I thought you was on point. I thought you was geared up for national championship weekend. I told you go to commercial with that dude, man. You know what I'm saying? But no, Clay. Again, age group wise, I'm really anticipating 13U to be a movie. I can't wait to see them boys get it in. I love the fact that Kane Archer be in the mix amongst some of these top teams in the country. No discount. I think he got some of the best quarterbacks. You look at City Life. Has a solid quarterback that deliver their things. You look at Rampage, solid quarterback general. But again, there's a certain type of I want to say excitement that Kane brings to the thing, and I think it's just going to spice up that 13U as an overall. 12U, man, is going to come down to an older champ going for that three-peat. Will they be able to handle all these new oncomers or these new DEAs that's been coming on the world, or an SRT that finally gets an opportunity to match up with them? Will they be able to handle off all the pressure at that big 12 and under brackets? A lot of teams in that bracket. Then at 11 and under, is it RDU? Are they coming back, or is it going to be a new champ in the house? Do you have the DMV Knights who made the switch over, came over to the YNC this year, where they feel that this was the most competitive at the thing, and will they be able to win a championship? 10 and under, yes, SED surprised the world last year, but they're not surprising anybody this year because they're coming in as the number one team this year with a big target on their back. So with SED, yeah, they were able to sneak up on some teams. Nobody scouted them last year. I think everybody at the 10 and U has taken the time out to watch the film on what SED does. And then, Air comes in for their first taste of the YNC back-to-back action. So that 10 and under, Northside Pride, finally gets to match up with somebody like an SED and Rare Breeds. And this is the first year that Coach DeMarcus and those guys drop down from the 13U and really pour into the 10 and under. Now that the 10 and under has their full attention, will that Rare Breeds have enough to come in and push it out? So then you go down to the 9 and under. 9 and under, man, this can go any which way. There's a
Oh my
lot of teams on
gosh.
the 9 and under. Who walks away with the championship? You look at the 9 and under, and even 8 and under. You look at some of the teams like Georgia Eagles, and you look at the Twin City. You look at Twin City.
Jonah,
There's a lot of teams that can win it anywhere there.
Jonah, let's take a minute on this 8U bracket, because when you're talking about 11 teams, man, it's a lot
Yeah.
of dynamic to this whole ordeal.
Well, people
Right?
want to hear the 9 and under again, right? And then we're gonna go over the 8 and under. Let's break this 8 and under down real quick.
All right. So you've got Georgia Eagles and the Twin City Outlaws, two dominant teams from Georgia who both have held the number 1 and number 2 spot in the country. They
Right,
didn't play each other during the regular season, from my understanding. You've got the OG Ducks, a team that dominated the preseason, dominated the entire West Coast, then flew over to Atlanta and lost at the hands of the Twin City Outlaws and the Georgia Eagles. You've got a Pac Prime team that went undefeated throughout the regular season, steamrolling, and then lost in their playoffs. You've got a More Truth team out of Oklahoma, an area that we normally don't see a lot of teams from. They started off hot in the preseason, then took some L's towards the end of the preseason, but have been undefeated during the regular season in their age division, and have actually played
right.
up beaten some 9U teams to get ready for the YNC. Tarrant City Tide, a big physical bruising team that just wears you down, wears you down, wears you down.
Right.
Right? Montgomery Gators, last team in, went to rank up and prove their worth. And now they get a
Yeah.
shot at the big stage. Gold-blooded Titans. A lot of the pieces of that team is from the national runner-up from last year. They
Right.
started off the preseason not well. Got hot toward the end of the preseason. Was rolling through the regular season. Then took a loss. But then got back
That is
on track and
correct.
ended up winning their state championship. TNS Cougars, a team that not a lot of people know about, that dominated the regular season, made it to the state championship, and lost by 2 points. Baltimore, a team that many people should be the favorite to win the national championship. They saying that it shouldn't even be the two Georgia teams, that it should be the Duval Jaguars. I mean,
A
and
lot
then
of
what can you
speed.
say about the Oklahoma Seminoles? They've got a lot of DNA on that team from the defending, or what was the national champions last year, Centerpoint Eagles. This 8U bracket is stupid. It
Yeah.
could go any
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Now, what would you say is the most competitive bracket in the YNC this year, from top to bottom? Top to bottom. If you had to pick from 6U, 7U, 8U, 9U, 10U, 11U, 12U, bracket for bracket, pound for pound, what is the most expensive age bracket where you just say the competition every game is just going to be crazy? No blowouts.
So let me glance through them real quick as I look at them. I would have to say, Jonah, if we talking about no blowouts, most
No
competitive
blowouts.
bracket.
I have two of them. I have two brackets that I feel are just the most
Okay. Well,
competitive
then
brackets.
since you got two, I got two then. I think you're going to have 10U and 12U.
That's my two. That's my two.
10U and 12U.
That's my two. 10U and 12U is just a movie. Every time them kids take the field, I think the part or everybody gonna kind of gravitate to those fields when those 10Us get on the field and those 12Us get. Them kids gonna feel like rock stars, man. If you remember last year,
And that's what you
IMG.
want. And that's what you want. And that's the great, see, that's the
Yeah.
great thing that the YNC gives you, no one else can, Jonah. And I'll stand
Right.
on that. Think about
100%.
first round matchup 3 years ago when Rod Mack played against the Tampa Jags. You remember that?
Yeah,
That 8 o'clock
I
game at
remember that
Miramar?
movie.
It felt like it was 3,000 people around that one field. Or last
But
year
last year,
when you hit
IMG
Lambeau
Blaze
versus
take
Bay Area Chargers. The atmosphere from
movie.
that game made both teams play even better than they normally play. That's what the
Normally
YNC
play.
gives you, man. And it's not just the parents, but you get the kids from the other teams circling the fields cheering them on.
Clay, you
Man, now
remember
that's
that
something
game?
nobody else can duplicate but us.
Remember that game with Coach Larry and Bud and those guys, Georgia Seminoles taking on the Ravens. Georgia Seminoles was up
Oh,
24-6 in the fourth quarter.
yes.
24-6. 9 minutes and 44 seconds left in the game. Georgia Seminoles on the sideline doing a Goombay party, like dun, 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 dun. Man, then boom, touchdown. They start reeling them boys in. And man, so
Hey,
it's just some crazy memories at the YNC, bro. Just like some crazy games that set legends on the field.
here's my question for you, though, Jonah. What has been in your eyes, and I'm going to give you mine, what in your eyes has been the most memorable YNC game ever?
Woo. Well, I think one of them would have to be that 24-6 because I didn't see that. It was no way that you can get them boys back off the football field like that. I'm like 24-6, and to watch that comeback, it was like a Cinderella story. Like everything that can go wrong for one team and everything put together. I think that comeback 24-6 is probably one of the best games. But I think one of the biggest hyped up games, and man, it didn't really turn out to be hyped up, was the matchup between Coach Rod Mack and Coach P. So that hype up between those two teams there, but Aaron, the quarterback, they told me he was sick. He wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But man, they beat
It
them
was
boys down.
standing room only at St. Thomas Aquinas. There was no
Yeah,
room in the stands or along the
none.
fence line. And that's the one thing people always say, Clayton, why don't you move the YNC? Why do you always go to South Florida? And I'm gonna be real with y'all. Number one, in December, it's only two places that are going to play a national championship.
Clay, you done froze up on me there, Clay. So we're gonna take a cash app for Clay on that side to get his little upgrade. You know, what's that commercial where the mom is doing like the internet and she freezes up and scares the kids? Y'all put a little fundraiser together for Clay on his side to get his internet life together, man, while he works on that end. But I know another game that I would tell you, which was dope, and Veretta, Lewis, I definitely agree. In 2019, it was the Bessemer Tigers versus the Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes. 4 overtimes for a national championship. It was crazy. 4 overtimes. And then one of the games I think that's legendary that started YNC, that you guys got to really be a football historian to kind of follow up on this, was the Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes taking on the OG Ducks at the 14 under Coach Chris against Coach Keefe. It's probably like between, I want to say, 20 D1 kids between both teams. But that was a movie. That was a dogfight. That was an absolute dogfight. And that's what really kind of launched YNC, where we were just league agnostic, where we didn't really, care what league you belonged to. We just want to get the best teams to play each other. That was a dope game between those two and Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes. But as Clay's getting himself together here, man, we want to just tell you guys, as we're getting ready for a crazy week of football, we want to make sure we stay safe, make sure everybody stays safe. Monday, here's where, just so you guys can kind of know what is going to happen championship weekend. Monday, everybody will come down to Fort Lauderdale, and at the Signature Grand is where we're going to have what we call the coaches meetings. It's where everybody will come in, all the teams will meet, you'll check in, you'll get certified, all the kids will see each other, they'll come in their uniforms, everybody going to be in the vibes, just, doing their cheers and all that stuff. Yeah, again, I agree with you guys. Lambeau and Packers was definitely dope. So everybody get their stuff together, start getting ready for the championship. Everyone get certified to do all your book checks. Guys, get back to your hotel rooms. Tuesday, it's going to be your first games here, the most important games of your youth football careers. And for coaches, this is all what it led up to. All your championships, your Super Bowls, et cetera, et cetera. It's all going on the line that particular Tuesday. Half those teams will win and half those teams will lose. Half those teams will be chasing national championship dreams on Tuesday. Another half of those will just be like, man, that's it. So, they'll be entering what we call the second cancellation round. That's going to set your rankings for the following year. So it's not just because you lose one game, you hit it and you're out of here. No, you still got to play. Welcome back, my bro. You good?
Man, I needed to I had to put 50 cents back in I had to cash out AG 50 cent. He cut my water off, man. God damn.
Oh,
AG.
he cut your water off, man. Oh man. Hey, that's the new expression with all these coaches, man, talking about, oh yeah, man, we about to play them people, we about to cut their water off, man. So that's the new expression out there in these football streets, bro. They about to get their water cut off. So
that's it, man.
To a lot of teams this past weekend. But we were just telling, kind of just reiterating the itinerary. And we were just talking about some of the top teams or top games that we said. So you talked about my top game. What I really liked was year one, Clay. I don't know if you made it to this YNC. This was year one. Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes taking on 14 under. I think you were there, 14 and under, taking on OG Ducks. First year Coach Chris and Coach Keefe met up, man, with some of the top players in the country, 14 and under. That was
that was at the Gen Next one, right?
Yeah. That's what kicked it all off, man.
I wasn't at that one. I wasn't at that one because the first 14 you match up was when Hurricanes played against PPO. Remember that one?
Gotcha. Yeah, that was a good one too. That was a good one too, man. So, I think after this weekend, we'll be coming back and talking about these games and how legendary they're going to be. I mean, because, man, if you went and took a snapshot of each one of these teams, all the way from these babies to the big boys, arguably you have some of the best athletes doing their thing right now. I promise you, in this 6U to 14U, it's going to be so many kids going on to the D1 thing phase in college. You may have some pro players come out of this. So I guarantee you, man, this is going to be legendary. These games here that go down, man, we want to make sure we got the film, because I can guarantee you, Kane Archer going up against, Rampage once again, or City Life, a rematch. It's just so much. DEA versus potentially Louisville. A lot of here legs
Jonah,
coming inside of there.
Jonah.
It's gonna be a
Hold on,
Talk to me.
Hold on, Jonah. Let me address something real fast, because I done just had
Here we
somebody
go.
send me a DM try to attack us behind this the Cypress Hornets. So the man just sent me a message basically saying that we dead wrong for not allowing the Cypress Hornets in the 12U division, especially since it's got 9 teams. That it's our fault, and if we supposed to be about the kids, this and that. Coach, let me explain something to you. I want nothing more than the Cypress Hornets to be in the event. Here's the reality, Coach. I don't have any room. You guys had an invitation over 3 to 4 weeks ago.
November
You didn't
4th.
accept it. You never registered. You just decided 2 days ago that you wanted to be in the event. And we don't have no room for you. I can't kick other teams out of other age divisions off to make room for you when all these other teams did it in a timely manner at the right time. Trust me when I tell you, Coach, I would love for that team to be there. I've been hearing great things about the team. I want to see
Yeah.
the kids, but we are at capacity. Every time slot on every field, from the moment it starts on Tuesday till it ends on Saturday, is taken up. It is mathematically impossible to fit another team in the YNC this year on any age division. Not just 12U, on any age division. And when you run
Yeah.
in a tournament of this magnitude, adding a team on one age division affects the schedule of everybody else's. We can't do it. Now,
No,
next year,
and we. Mhm.
next year, hopefully you guys, when you get your invitation, you jump on it within the time frame that was given to you, and then we'll be Gucci. Because here's the thing.
Right.
Had you guys taken care of the administrative business in the appropriate time frame, Jonah and I would be on here right now talking about you guys. But I can't kick nobody else out who did it right, because somebody in the organization got it wrong for y'all. Especially when I don't have
Yeah.
the space. If I had 10 fields, trust me, I'd put y'all in. But we don't have 10 fields. I'm sorry.
Right. Right. And so they gotta have the same energy on that. When it comes to like you said, being timely. And listen, we love Cypress. Look at what we have them ranked all year. And so we rank them because we respect the body of work. But in the same sense, when you sit and repeats and saying, hey, listen, it's November 4th, now it's November 10th, now it's November 16th, now it's November 20th. At some point, the other teams have to be for preparation. So, like I tell every head coach, being a head coach is more than, and this is not aimed at Cypress at all, but being head coach is more than just calling X's and O's. Also, it's the CEO of your team, to handle your business for your team. And you got to handle your business like that. I mean, there's teams that, especially at that 12 and under, people are fighting to get in at 12 and under. I mean, people at rank up, teams say like, oh man, we should be in this game. Man, it's that 12U is a movie. So you definitely can't sit 3 weeks on an invitation and think that that space is not going to be taken out. So, man, we really love the kids. I think they have some exceptional players on the team, exceptional coaches. Definitely feel they can compete on a national level. But unfortunately, you got to make sure you get your team locked in before these other teams accept their. Listen, once another team accepts their invitation and their parents start booking them those hotels and booking those tickets, it's a wrap. We can't tell somebody, hey, man, you qualified, you made it, but someone just accepted to take the thing, even though you did everything on time, cancel all your hotels and cancel all your airplane tickets. It's not going to happen. So, we apologize, but maybe you're making those comments because you don't know the full story of it. And we usually don't like to call teams out. We're not really calling teams out, but we don't want anyone. I know you guys seen I've been a little bit more feisty this year. It's because I don't want people painting the picture when the picture ain't true. So, yeah, we had to kind of run up on people with that. So we don't want you painting that picture when the picture. We don't got no hate for no kids or hate for organization. They didn't handle their business point blank, period, and they're not in 12U this year. Simple.
which really sucks too, because like I said, I'd want him in 12U because from everybody I've been hearing in Florida, well, I'm not gonna say everybody, but from a lot of people I've been hearing in Florida, they saying they the best 12U in Florida.
Yeah, yeah, I really feel it. And they played Lakes early in the year. Lakes beat them, and I've watched them play directly. We broadcasted their games against the Duval Jags. There was a fight. They were going back and forth, fighting back and forth. Each team was scoring back and forth, and they came out with a victory. So we've seen them in person, man. So, again, hats off, salute the Cypress 12U. Top team, man. Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to see them this year, but I can guarantee you keep a lookout for those kids that be special teams. Now, I don't know in their particular league if they have 13U. I think they may have to go up to the 14. I'm not sure if it's even age groups or whatever. But, man, I hope that team stays together because definitely some kids you want to make sure you keep an eye on at that Cypress Creek team. Big Cypress.
So, Jonah, man, I'm going to touch down Saturday.
Yes, sir.
You
Well,
cooking?
we got 2 days of hard business we got to rock out for with the future forecasters for the rain, too. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, I'm going to put down, bro. The barbecue grill is going to be ready, rock and roll, man. I got you. Ain't no pressure. And, we're going to take the boat out. We're going out there. We're going to smoke some cigars. We're going to be out there on the ocean. We're going to vibe it out. We're going to do it Miami style. We ain't going to let you come down here and treat you like you're in Texas. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you ain't going to break my cell phone, huh?
Not all, man. Clay. I ain't going to forgive you for that, bro. I had to re-up, man. I had to get 2 new cell phones because I know you're going to be around me. So I know one probably might have to get sacrificed.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm excited, though, Jonah. I can't wait. So listen, guys, remember, Monday, team certification at Signature Grand starts at 1 p.m. for 6U, and every age group will be in 45-minute intervals after that until we get all the way through. Please, like I told everyone in the Zoom meeting, please make sure your team is in the parking lot 30 minutes prior to your certification time. You won't have to come in. Myself or another spotter will walk out, call for the team, we'll walk you in, get you guys in line for certification, and then we'll get everything ran through. We'll have the battle tent up in Signature Grand as well, too. So if you want to go ahead and get your fly battle stuff before the event starts, that'll be there as well, too. We're going to have the trophies on display so y'all can see the trophies. Coaches meeting. We'll have a DJ in there spinning, creating a vibe. Coaches meeting at 8 p.m. We're going to get in there, empty everybody out. We're going to leave the coaches in there, allow them to talk a little shit. And then at that point, man, we're gonna go over the rules with the head refs to make sure everybody understands all the rules. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts about anything. Then at that point, we're gonna reveal the bracket and we're gonna reveal everyone's game times. And when the coaches meeting is over, then I will unleash everything on the Zorts app. And then that way it'll come to everybody's phone who's registered on the Zorts app of brackets, matchups, game times, things like that, man. So
man,
let's
Clay,
make
I'm
it a
going
smooth
live.
transition, man.
They ain't going to have to wait for Zorts. I'm going live for those bracket releases. We're going to be members that night, bro. We're going to break the internet.
All right. So one thing that was covered on the meeting, and I see my man from Georgia Eagles, James, just asked, can you purchase tickets online for the games? There are no online ticket purchases, and there is no week-long pass.
Y'all will print forgeries by the end of the day.
No, what they do is they buy the ticket online, Jonah, and then after the event, they dispute it with their bank and get their money back. No, we're not doing that. So that's what they do. I've been down that road before with some people. I done had to send to the bank a picture of them at the event. So,
oh wow.
But listen, no, admittance is on a daily rate. There's no week pass. And the admission fee is for adults. It will be $20 a day, get you access to all the games. For children, it will be $10 a day. That would get them access to all the games. And children 3 and under are free. So y'all know Harry gonna be at the gate. Y'all know he gonna be asking for his 20 twin. Just have it ready, man. Got to have the cops up there because Harry to fight somebody. Y'all know how Mr. Harry is, man. Come on.
Y'all not getting through that gate. I'll tell you that now. That dude ain't having it. Harry is not having it at the gate.
Oh man.
So I think we really covered it all, man. So you have the itinerary. I mean, that's going on this weekend. The itinerary is going to be based on that Monday vibe that you're coming in, everybody getting checked in. Tuesday are going to be the most important games anybody can think about. And man, like I told everybody, Clay, when you were off for a second, half those teams are going to continue their dream for a national championship. Half those other teams going to be continuing their dream for a nice ranking.
Most definitely, man. Hey, you see AG putting it up. So, hey, if you guys haven't seen it yet, check out on the YNC Facebook page. We have the official 2021 Youth National Championship program up. You see the Gen Next and the Under the Radar with Battle presents on it. And on the cover, you see those custom YNC1 National Championship jerseys from the Louisville Chargers. So, guys, if you
I
get on
see
there,
how
man,
many
and you
got.
go through it, you get
He got
all
his
sorts of good
two-time champion
information.
right on the shoulder. I see
Oh
him.
yeah. They swagged it out. You get information on the history of the YNC, what the vision is, why we do what we do, how this whole thing came about. You know, it's good reading material for you. On the next page, then we talk. We got to celebrate the guys from last year. A salute to the 2020 YNC national champions: 6U RDU, 7U the Center Point Eagles, 8U Texas Crew, 9U Southeast Dallas Wolverines, 10U RDU with their third national championship. On 11U Louisville Chargers, two-time national champions. 12U City Life Raptors, 13U Rare Breeds, two-time national champions, and then 14U Vegas Strong. So, like I said, a tribute to the national champions from last year. And then as we go to the next page, this is why everybody's here. This is why y'all fuck with us, and this is why we fuck with y'all. All right? Nobody has a championship package like the YNC. When these kids go down here and win, they are taking stuff home. So you get the YNC Crystal Ball Trophy, custom championship rings and pendants. The winning team gets custom battle 7-on-7 uniforms, custom battle tackle uniforms.
You got muted right there, Clay. I don't know if you hit your mute button. We can't hear nothing you're saying, my bro. AG hit my man with the 50 cents one more time and froze him up. And I think that's going to do it for Clay tonight, man. So, as he was saying, man, so it's just the perks that these kids get in the national championship. I mean, from the blings to the rings to everything they're going to have, from the crystal balls to the uniforms, we want to make sure we get it back to the kids. That's most important. So, just the coaches won't be taking, oh, you Clay, you back on the scene. Okay. Get that 50 cent cash out one more time.
Let's go to the next page, AG. So, all right. So I know everybody's seen this. This is our calendar for the week. As you can see, all of the certification times on Monday are listed. You've got the address to Signature Grand. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you've got the address to Village Park Athletic Complex where we'll be playing the bracket games. Now, one thing I want to point out to you guys that has changed from the original illustration we put out there. Game times on Tuesday and Wednesday start at 9 a.m. Game times on Thursday start at 8 a.m. So again, kind of goes to what I was speaking to about we're so jam-packed. I had to start Thursday an hour earlier than normal to be able to fit all the games in. All right. And then, of course, we have our national championships on Friday and Saturday in Miami at Nathaniel Trask Powell Stadium, the mecca of high school football in Florida.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now,
Man.
if you want to know a little bit about Trask Powell, I think on the next page, AG, we got some info. Oh no, I'm sorry. Next page is the field setup. So here's your field setup at Village Park with the address there at the bottom. You can see where the entrance will be. You can see where the late registration will be set up for those that maybe fly in the day of or they're coming a little bit late. 2 warm-up fields with the 4 fields, and you can also see where the battle pop-up tent will be. Guys, remember, these are our 2 designated warm-up fields. This venue has like 11 soccer fields. It's got like 6 softball fields. You cannot warm up on those other fields. Please make sure that we use the designated warm-up areas at the complex and don't try to warm up or practice on those other fields, man. It's just going to make everybody's life a lot easier. On the next page, then you'll see the layout of Nathaniel Trask Powell Stadium. And again, you can see we'll have the two entrances. They have 4 warm-up fields there. Turf field for our national championship, big jumbotron, as well as the battle pop-up shop. And then don't forget, our coaches will be able to use that red flag for the instant replay challenge. So next page has a little bit of a little bit of history on Nathaniel Trask Powell, what he was as a coach, what he's done for the area of Miami, and just gives you a little illustration on how monumental playing a youth national championship at that venue truly is. And then on the final page, it's just kind of a layout of where everything is. Gives you a reference point from where the airport is to where Signature Grand will be, to the 3 hotels that we put it to recommend to you guys, and a reference point from where we'll be playing the bracket play games down to the national championship in Trask Powell. So everybody kind of knows where they are. And I've said it once and I'm gonna say it again, guys. When you get down to South Florida and you get that rental van, pay for that toll tag and get on that turnpike. That turnpike makes life so much easier down there. Better tell them, Jonah.
100%. Yeah, only way to go. Don't mess with I-95. Y'all be stuck and miss all your games and all your events getting on the 95. Yes, sir. So, man, I'm excited, Clay. Next time they see us, it's gonna be on the sidelines in Wilmington. AJ is getting ready to get on that plane, and my man is about to come get on from the West Coast. AG, I know you're in the background. AG don't really like to be seen, but he'll be on production. We'll be bringing those teams, and like I said, we'll be bringing you the broadcast, because that's what it's all about. These kids want to be on the big stage. It's time to bring it all out, man. This is what we waited for all year, and we want to spare no expense in just making sure these kids have the platform and the experience of their life. We won't be giving you any pay-per-view. You don't got to pay to watch your babies on our stream. We're going to bring it to you just because this is the love that we're doing. It's a labor of love. And like I said, we'll be, as we wrap up 2021, we want to just remind you guys, 2022 is going to be a movie on so many different levels. We are super excited of the growth of the YNC, the vision of the YNC. We're glad to be partnered with visionaries, everybody on our team. Just like I said, Clay heading it up and spearing it up. But everybody on the team has just been one vision, and that's to grow organically and just provide a platform that these kids can just remember, when they're in college, when they're in high school. And for your coaches too, man, give you something that you could brag about, that you could be a part of, that you can, because you get a lot of people that want to down talk what you guys are trying to accomplish, and we want to just make sure we'll support it. We know how much it costs and how much time it takes out of your time to volunteer to these kids, man. So congratulations, salute for the teams that made it to the YNC. It's time to show out. And there you go. Get ready to get y'all bling on. All the bling bling has landed. All the trophies have landed. All the Heisman have landed. So now it's up to y'all just to put it down on the football field.
That's it, man. That's it. Like I said, man, I'm excited. I'll be there early Saturday morning. I'll be at Jonah crib trying to get some of this barbecue that he say he do. And, I mean, I know push come to shove. If Jonah can't cook, I can hit up my man Noddy. I know he always got something going.
Man, we good over here, man. Noddy can come through too. Noddy, my people's man. Hey, Noddy, who it is? Noddy part of the 305-954 clan. He good. Noddy, you got an open invitation to the crib, man. Slide over here to Weston. We're gonna take that 70-footer out, boy. Hit them cigars. I know you already gonna bring a bottle of 1942. You know what I'm saying? We out of there. Bilal, you already know, bro. You already know. Panther, you don't need to ride, man. You good. Panther owns a transportation company. He don't need no. Oh, see, if y'all need a ride, that's right. Go ahead, Panther. Put it.
Yeah. Panther owns a transportation company, and I'm gonna let y'all know, man. Like Jonah said, y'all don't really see AG behind the scene, but AG is the mastermind behind all of this, man. So if y'all out there, y'all see a bald cat in a wife beater and a Gerald Levert beard, and he see walking down the sidewalk, man, that's my man AG, man. Y'all show him some love.
Absolutely, man. Sometimes y'all catch AG with his Jerry curl cap on. You know what I'm saying? Don't pay him no attention. He's just chilling in the background. Oh man, Juju, man, you late to the party. We about to sign off, man. We've been on here for about 4 hours, bro. I don't know what you coming in. you might as well sign off. We done gave your team a little props. Congratulations to your son and Sequoia getting their offers, man. Big shout out to you, man. And they wrote you off, man. They say DEA gonna knock y'all out first round, so we trying to fight for you online, Juju. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, well, hey, with that being said, man, I got to get back on this stuff because I got people blowing me up trying to get all make sure everything is everything, man.
Right, man. So look, y'all come join us this week. Make sure you you can log on anywhere. Tuesday is going to be first games. Monday, of course, if y'all just want to see some of these teams fly in, take some photos of these boys, see how they're going to be getting it in, you can stop by Signature Grand, which is right off of 595. Go ahead and Google it up, Signature Grand. That is where all the teams will be checking in from around the nation. That's their day to go ahead and get certified. They'll be in their uniforms, getting the vibe going. And, of course, on Tuesday in Wellington, that's where the games are going to start. Games kick off at 9 a.m. There are stadiums and stands and concessions and all that stuff for your parents. Y'all want to come out there and vibe. Hey, you're on vacation. Come out there. Don't drop the kids off at the park and y'all stay in the hotel room. This is the only time. Listen, if you don't come that first game, for example, and your son or kid gets eliminated, you call yourself just sitting in the hotel just vibing, you may miss the only opportunity they have at a national championship. So come on out there, get in the stands, come support your fam. You just never know how these games going to go because it's straight competition. It's straight fire. There's no walkthrough. So I don't know how y'all have your local or state championships or Super Bowls where those first rounds y'all may be blowing out because you're the best in your particular area. My man, it's straight fire here. So make sure you get to all those games. So that Tuesday, first rounds. That Wednesday, you come back another round. That Thursday, another round for certain teams. And then that Friday and Saturday is Super National Championship weekend. And then, of course, there'll be some games that's played before that with consolation. But Trash Power is going to be the movie. Great eating around there. You're going to have some restaurants. It's in Miami-Dade area, so you're going to be in true Miami. So it's going to be on a college campus. A lot of parking out there, but it's going to be a vibe. So for the people who haven't been to South Florida before, it's a historic area, or historic stadium, I should say. But, man, it's going to be a big, big stage for these kids to really enjoy themselves and play a national championship. All right, so, one more shout to Panther. Y'all need a ride. You got to take y'all need airport, get to y'all hotels, or get to the rental car space. Panther got y'all. You're going to definitely look out for y'all. Hit him up on his DM. And Clay, man, hey, come on, get down here on Saturday, man. Let's barbecue it up, bro.
Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
AG, leave the Jerry curl cap at the crib. Come on out. We good to go. We see you down here on Monday, AG, as you hit the West Coast. And man,
you know, AG gonna have on some fresh. AG gonna have on some fresh Chuck Taylors, baby. You know how he do.
Chuck, West Coast vibe. With the plaid shirt with the top, the top will be buttoned up and then it loosen up towards the bottom with the white t-shirt underneath.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
man. So hey Chris, good to see you. I can't wait for y'all boys to come down from Air. Y'all got 2 Air teams in this year, so congratulations. Salute to Air Academy at the 13U and the 10U. Man, it's gonna be a movie. I'm glad to see y'all boys coming in all the way from the West Coast in Washington. So not Washington, D.C. Hey,
Jonah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna pull the boat out this weekend?
Oh, it's a must, bro. I mean, the sky is blue. We chilling. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have you right, bro. We got your cigar vibes. We going out on the boat. And the weather, the chopper's gonna be at like 2 to 4 feet. We in there, man. We in there. We gonna set some pictures up for them, Clay. We gonna let them know how we do it Miami style. Oh, look at JT done slid on. He in hate mode right now. He in his man please vibe. JT, come get on the boat with us, man. You already know you fam, bro. Come on, dog. We got you. Flan, you know how we do it, Flan. But Flan, we not new to this. You know what I'm saying? We true to this. Before youth football even started popping, we was already on these boats setting up the YNC vibe, bro. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't new. We just don't try to, rub it in no faces, but we gonna vibe, bro. Like, this is why we back at home. This is not Bradenton. We're no longer on, we at the crib. You understand what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a movie. It's definitely
the crib. Most definitely. Yes, definitely. Sir. Right about that.
They're saying D telling you don't get in trouble. Oh, don't get Clayton in trouble. Man, no, Clayton good, man. Clayton is good.
Hey, Clayton been growing a long time.
Long
Hey,
time.
like my man Leonard Washington would say. Like my man Leonard Washington.
Oh man. Oh, that's too funny, man. Well, listen, fam, we excited, man. Thank y'all for tuning in and staying with us and following us all season. It has come up to this moment. It's come up to this week. I know y'all. Some of y'all parents are fatigued of football, but listen, this is gonna be the most exciting week y'all have had all entire year. I can guarantee you that. Win, lose, or draw is still a vibe. Even if your team doesn't win, just to be around that atmosphere is going to be crazy. And it's that much more exciting if you do pull off a championship and take it back to your particular city, because now you get to wear it for your city, you get to wear it for your state, and you got bragging rights for the whole off season that you are the national champion. So it's no feeling like that. You're going to own the internet. You can walk through the internet. You can go through any group. Your face going to be good. So I know everybody want that. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the new version. This the old version. You know what I'm saying? We get bigger and better every year. This was the original vibe, with that little nice little yellow canary vibe to it. But Clay got the new vibe. So I can't wait to see those 6U players wear that ring.
I mean, it's gonna be as big as they whole fist, bro. It's gonna be dope.
Right.
It's gonna be
They're going to be out there like, hey, I know you see me. So
Here's the crazy part, though, Jonah. Don't forget, Dependent too. It's gonna be just as dope on them.
Oh yeah, Dependent is hot. Clay, they got a request for the 6U recap for D. She just got on late. She part of the 6U community.
All right, D. Let me give it to you. These are the teams that are in the YNC on 6U: Elite Golden Bears, Duval Jaguars, 8 Mile Giants, Lauderdale Lake Vikings, Gorilla Mob ABN, formerly known as the Crew, Bessemer Tigers, Red Dog Unit, Osceola Cowboys, and Playmakers Elite.
And now you're getting a request for the 12U.
See, this is what I'm talking about, man. This is what I'm talking about. They want us to do the show all over again, Jonah.
Yeah. Oh, and welcome to Rankins Uncut. I'm Jonah Willard, my partner over there, Clayton Gillard. Welcome to Rankins Uncut.
Man.
Hey, we'll give y'all 12U after that. We out of this thing, bro. And then talking about 9U.
12U, I'm done. 12U and I'm done. Lauderdale Lakes Vikings, Cincinnati Bearcat Elite, Falcons United, Louisville Chargers, East Metro Steelers, Pearland Hurricanes, DEA, Lauderhill Lions, SRT Giants.
Movie. So listen, if y'all miss any age group, the beautiful thing about it, y'all can go and rewind, and you got it all. That's a good thing about having the broadcast. So yeah, 9U's a movie, 8U's a movie. Y'all go ahead and rewind it. It's going. They talking about 9U ass first before the other one.
Hey man, hey, you go ahead and sign them off, Jonah. I got to get back to work, man. I got to have certain stuff done before I get on that plane Saturday morning.
You already know, man. Say, hey, man, y'all, thank you for tuning in. We'll see y'all on the sidelines for the Youth National Championship. Of course, for Clayton Guillory, my man AG on the 2s and the 1s. I'm Jonah Willard. Rankins Uncut. We'll see y'all at the Youth National Championship, same time, same place next week.